This is baby food. This is grown man food. What's poppin', everybody? My name is Romel Bruno. I'm a recipe developer and one of the chefs of Local Thai. We're a hyper-local seafood restaurant here in Seattle, Washington. And you're in my kitchen space for the first ever episode of Childhood Eats, where I take childhood classics and elevate them. Make them lit, fire. Some from your childhood and some from mine. And in this episode, we're taking one from my childhood. As you can see right here, it's corned beef hash. Yes, we ate corned beef hash out of cans as a kid, and they bred some happy memories. I know you guys are probably thinking like, yo,
oh my god, yeah, the worst childhood ever ate canned meat, canned cheese. Oh my god.
No, it was nothing like that. And as you guys can see, I'm not Irish, but if you're from the old block, you know that this can right here definitely saved some lives. So I'm going to be trying to do it some justice by elevating it from this canned, some people might think monstrosity, but I think it's beautiful childhood eats. I'm going to take this key, I'll twist it that way, counterclockwise, just roll it. I'm just going to use the can opener to open it. Straightforward. Yeah. We're experiencing a little technical difficulties, so we'll be right back after a short momentary break. Yeah, so I found out you're supposed to turn the key upside down and then you open it like that. So this is Libby's corned beef. It looks very similar to Spam. Looks like dog food pretty much. But I'm gonna cook it up and try to make it delicious. Probably scramble some eggs on the side. Oh, we're definitely gonna elevate this one, bro. It looks like throw up. Ooh, this is crazy. This is what we got, guys. This is childhood memories. I'd like to take a trip down memory lane. Let's cook them. All right, so the first one I think I'm gonna cook is the corned beef hash. I got a little butter I'm gonna throw in the pan. I don't think it'll be pretty hard to elevate this one. I'm gonna hit it with a little salt. So I'm pretty much just heating it through. And that looks like. That's the hash one. And then same pot, I'll just reheat the normal Libby's corned beef. I do remember liking this one a lot as a kid. It smells pretty good. This smells fire. I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't look that good, but it smells like something. And this is the Libby's brand corned beef. I feel like instead of like paying homage to it, I'm throwing so much shade. But you know, this is their product, you know? Alright, so I'm gonna fry eggs for each one of them. So this one right here is the hash, the generic Kroger brand hash, egg on top. That does not smell that good. This actually smells like cat food. This is the corned beef, the Libby's brand, and this actually smells pretty good. I do remember liking this a lot. The meat for this one is definitely way more pinker than the generic Kroger brand. Smells better, smells toasty. It's like a weird combination of stringy, salty, and like creamy at the same time. It's good though. I'm not going front. This tastes pretty tasty, you know? I like that a lot. And the egg is fire, of course. So this is the one that I'm gonna be trying to recreate. One thing I do want to keep for when I redo it is the small size of potatoes, but make them a little bit more pleasant looking. I remember as a kid, these little potatoes used to remind me of teeth for some reason. It tastes like canned potato and butter. You don't really taste the actual corned beef at all. That's not the best. If I had to eat this and I had no choice, I would definitely go for the Libby's brand. This looks pretty sad. This is my childhood memories right here though. So when I was choosing spices for my dry cure, I wanted to go for spices that are pretty well known and familiar to corned beef. So I ended up choosing brown and yellow mustard seed, whole cardamom, some whole cloves. The reason why I decided to go with dry cure is I think that would be the best way the spices that I'm adding to the beef would permeate the meat. First thing you're gonna wanna do to start the curing process is toast all your spices. You're gonna wanna toast them for about 2 to 3 minutes on high heat until they become aromatic. Let them cool for a bit. And using a mortar and pestle, or if you don't have that, putting your spices in a Ziploc bag and crushing them with a rolling pin works too. But you're gonna wanna crush it until it's like a coarse spice mix. Once you get all the spices crushed, you're gonna wanna add your brown sugar, tender quick, salt, and ground ginger to it. You could use fresh ginger, but like I just like the concentrated flavor that ground ginger has. And mix that all up, make sure it's well combined. And then we move on to brisket. And when it comes to curing meat or fish, you definitely want to go for quality. So what I like to do is I like to go to butcher shops and just ask questions and just be like, yo bro, I'm trying to do corned beef, like, and I'm looking for some brisket, like what would you think is the best? Pretty much what I did when I was developing this recipe. And I went to one of my favorite butcher shops in Seattle. It's in the Ballard neighborhood called Beast and Cleaver. They're a nose to tail butchery, and what they do with any scrap or anything, they try to make use of it, which is one of the most ethical ways to consume animals in my opinion. And their store is really cool. They do a lot of homemade sausages. They do their own pâtés. You can even buy leaf lard there. They're pretty lit. So if you're ever in the Seattle area, I definitely recommend that you go there and check them out. They sent me home with a really beautiful 3.5 pound brisket with the fat to meat ratio was out of this world. Crazy, bro. What I did was cut some of the fat cap off so the cure can penetrate better. I cut the brisket in half just so it would be easier for me to work with. Then you're gonna wanna stab it with a fork throughout. That way the cure mix will get in there and tender quick will do its job and keep the meat nice and pink. And you're gonna wanna get a non-reactive pan to cure this in. I use the glass baking dish. You're gonna wanna put the meat in there and rub your spices all through it. Massage it. This is the last chance to get the cure in there, so you're gonna wanna rub it the right way, pull a Johnny Gill. And get some plastic wrap and wrap that up really tight. Make sure there's no air, no leakage, or anything can happen from that. Put it back into a clean dish and use some type of weight. I used the ghetto method, using just some canned goods I had laying around. I sat those on top. Yeah, you put it in your fridge for 3 days and let the cure do its work. Alright, so it's been about 3 days since I put the brisket on cure. And as you can see, the cure really penetrated the meat. You can see all the spices in there. The texture of the meat actually started to firm up, which is a good sign. And if I bend it like that, you can still see the inside is really pink, and that's what you want when you're making corned beef. I was still able to keep a lot of fat on there too, which would be really good when I cut into it and get it crispy. So yeah, I'm feeling really good with this. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna take these pieces of meat and rinse them to get some of this excess cure off and throw it in the Instapot and get it cooking. This is an Instapot. And what this device allows you to do is it allows you to cook larger, tougher cuts of meat in a shorter amount of time. And all that pressure and stuff that's just getting held in it, it'll allow me to cook the meat in about 45 minutes to an hour, which is unheard of. This is my first time having a machine like this in my home, and I was able to get my hands on one, so I'm pretty excited about that. This is the bowl for it. I'm gonna keep that in the sink. What I'm gonna do is add both pieces of beef to it and cover it with enough water just to make sure the beef is submerged. And once I do that, I'm gonna add about 2 cinnamon sticks. These will be my aromatics. I'm gonna add 3 medium-sized bay leaves, a few pinches of salt to it. So I got all my ingredients inside the bowl. I'm gonna place this inside the pressure cooker. I'm gonna lock the top. Make sure that the valve is sealed so it can start to build up pressure. And then what I'll do is I'll just press pressure cook. And that's about it. I don't have to press start or anything. Okay, so it's been about an hour. It smells crazy. You can smell the cinnamon and the ginger and all that good stuff. Literally falling off the bone right now. Ooh, still super pink. Look at that, bro. This isn't the movies, bro. This is real life. Well, you know what time it is. It's corned beef time. So now it's finally time to make my elevated version of the hash. So I got the corned beef right here, all shredded up. I got 2 cloves of garlic, 3 small Yukon Gold potatoes that I'm gonna dice into small cubes and boil. Half a bell pepper, I'm gonna use half of this, and half of this small yellow onion. I got some parsley here for garnish, salt, pepper, butter. So the first thing I'm gonna do is start chopping these potatoes up. And it doesn't have to be perfect cubes. I actually like that rustic look. Boom, 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 boom. Beautiful. So we got them nice and small. I'll take these and throw them in the water. And these should cook, honestly, in like 5 minutes. Grab this onion in the same dice that we did for the potatoes. That in my bowl. Cut half of this bell pepper in the same size, so small dice. That in the same bowl. And then the corned beef, lay it out straight and just roughly dice it, chop it up. So I got the potatoes strained and it's not fully cooked. There's still a little bite to them. Got my garlic, bell peppers, and onions. I got the corned beef that I diced up. And I'll do the parsley when I'm close to garnishing it. So the onions and the peppers are cooked down and translucent. Now I'm gonna add the potatoes. More salt, a little bit more pepper, and I'll just add the beef too. And look at that, amazing, we love that. And then pretty much flatten this out and just let it cook. Just leave it be for about 2 to 3 minutes. Now I'm gonna scrape the bottom, flatten it out again, and do it for another 2 minutes. I'm gonna cook this again and it should be ready. Just like that, baby. Get that on the plate. We'll throw an egg on it, do a little garnish, then we'll eat it. Thank Jesus, it's hash time. Look at that. Crispy potatoes, bell peppers, garlic, onion, parsley, homemade crispy corned beef, jiggly eggs. Let's just do a quick little comparison. We got the generic Kroger brand hash. That's looking like throw up, but it's childhood memories, you know? And then my version of corned beef hash. The difference between this is crazy. I'm just gonna eat it. I'm gonna bust this yolk open. Oh yeah. Get a little bite of everything. This is a 10 trillion times better than this could ever be. This is you, and there's the guy she tells you not to worry about. Was it worth the time spending 3 days to dry cure brisket? 1 hour to cook it in a pressure cooker, 25 to 30 odd minutes to get this beautiful plate of food? I would say yes. I don't think I can ever go back to whatever this was. My childhood is over, it's dead. I think I'm happy being an adult now. This is my version of corned beef hash. You guys want me to make anything else? You guys want me to make dinosaur nuggets? You guys want me to make waffles? Anything? Hit my line, slide in my DMs, comment, subscribe, Delish. Thank you guys so much. I love you all. I'm out here. I'm gonna eat this and go to sleep.